Hi everyone, it's Diane in Tucson with Arizona Tummy Tuck Journey, giving you an update. It'll be 3 weeks on Wednesday. Today's Monday, so I'm just a couple of days shy of 3 weeks since my breast augmentation redo, where I had saline implants taken out, silicone put in, a little bit bigger than what I had. I went from 390 to 525. And I also had a umbilical transrelocation abdominoplasty, which is slightly different than the normal. That's when they just move the entire skin down. They separate the belly button from the abdominal wall and move all of it together versus creating a hole in the skin where they move the skin over that and then create a new hole. So a little bit different than the average. And because I was a candidate of that, because my belly button was too high and most of my issues were below the belly button. So those were two things that made me a candidate for that type of surgery. So I wanted to give you some updates from my last video. I told you that I had did a follow-up with my doctor. One thing I didn't tell you is he started me doing compressions. If you have breast augmentation, especially if you are having it for the first time, they want you to do these compressions. You kind of push down and up, and then both sides, about 10 seconds a piece, as hard as you can, a couple times a day. These are far more critical to women that have not had augmentation done prior to, because they have to create that pocket so that the implant can move around freely. Not as necessary for me because I'd already done it. He did create a little bit of an opening to fit the implant in there on the side of my breast, but not nearly as much as what you would do with the original augmentation. I do want them to sit a little bit lower to kind of close in with the skin that I had from gaining weight and losing. So I do those compressions still to try to create that. Anyway, twice a day. Doesn't really hurt, a little bit on the side maybe, but I do remember my first augmentation, it was kind of painful because you're creating that and you've got some they've just separated your abdominal or your chest from your chest wall, and so it can be a little uncomfortable. Couple of things, I did go to Kohl's and I did buy a garment, like a full body garment. It went from mid-thigh all the way up and had straps that went around my shoulders, and then it was open in the front so you could wear your own bra, and it did what it was supposed to do. It did feel me, like I felt compressed in the center of my torso, which was great because I didn't have to wear my compression garment, and I also didn't have the panty lines that the compression garment has. But I did make the mistake of wanting really bad to throw on a pair of jeans and to see what it looked like, and that was a mistake. Where the jeans hit me was right where the incision was, so that was kind of a bummer. I had to come home and change because it was kind of painful. So I can see where the body shaper shapewear works, but I would also just say that maybe stay away from jeans from the beginning until maybe a little bit when you're a little bit more healed. Anyway, so it was kind of painful. I have started scar therapy, like I mentioned in my last video, with the Scarway sheets. I did cut them in half. They were easily done. Half of it covered, so one patch I did for cut in half and did both sides, so it'll last me a little bit longer than what it would normally, which is great because they're kind of expensive. And washing them is really easy. Laying them flat once you clean them with some soap, of course, nothing with any lotions or powders or scent or anything like that. Once you're done, I just laid it. They give you this little case and just laid them in there until they dried, and then they stuck right back on. So it was really easy. And here are the before photos and the after photos. There's going to be 4. Sorry, the first photos are a little bit blurry. I didn't realize that until I was trying to download them. But I have seen some difference, and probably more so than sight difference. I see or I feel a difference in the bumps. Like they seem to be sitting a little bit flatter than they did before. So I'm not sure if that's normal healing or if it has anything to do with Scarway or not, but I do like the results. So here are those photos. And then secondly, a couple things I have to clarify. I watched the video I did last time, and there was a couple things that I said that were kind of funny. And I know that instead of redoing the whole video, you know, we kind of just keep going. But I was saying how I wanted the scar therapy that I was going to do with my doctor. That's the pricey stuff. It's called Embrace. I wanted my scar to be as thin and light as possible. I said white. I don't know why. Anyway, but that scar therapy starts on Thursday. That's when my next follow-up is, on the 31st. And I'll keep you posted on that. And hopefully they're going to be able to put on the first one for me, and I'll show you. And it's a tension-based type of scar therapy. And basically what they're trying to do is create less tension on your incision so that it does less scar tissue behind it. So interesting. So I'm going to ask him about whether I need to do like Mederma or something underneath it before they do it. So, because I thought it was kind of weird that I know the tension is a good thing to keep that off of the incision, but I can't. I'm just wondering if I need cream or anything underneath it as well. So I'll ask that, and I'll keep you posted, and hopefully have a picture of that on Thursday for you when I do my next video. And then the other clarity, I was kind of, I think I was confusing about stopping stuff 2 weeks before and then starting stuff 2 weeks before the surgery. So I stopped all vitamins because it was easier for my doctor to just say stop everything versus trying to pick and choose which one is good and which one is not good. Like fish oil, they say, is not as good because it makes you bleed easily. So he just said just stop everything. So I stopped all vitamins 2 weeks prior to, and in the replacement of that, we did juice. So we did fresh juice of spinach and beets and apples and cucumbers and carrots and things like that. So I did that as much as I can to try to bolster my immune system to help out. And then of course stayed away from sick people because I can't imagine sneezing. I've only sneezed once and it's not fun. So anyway, just try to keep yourself healthy. Eating is kind of weird. I get fuller faster. I don't know if that is because the skin is more taut. I'm not sure, but I do feel fuller faster. I do get kind of weird pains. Well, they're not really pains. They're kind of like your stomach rumbling, and so you're just more aware of those feelings than I think I did before. And then I can't stretch. Like when you get up in the morning and you're laying in bed and you put your arms up in the air and you stretch your whole body and you arch your back, I can't do that. And that's a bummer because I really like doing that. Anyway, so didn't realize how much I was going to miss it until I couldn't do it. Anyway, so let me show you my belly. It's not as exciting because it's covered up, but hold on one second here. Okay. So anyway, so here's my tape. As you can see, my scar starts here and goes all the way to here. And as you can see, my belly button, which used to be right here, is now down about 1.5 inches. I'm still really numb in this big circle here, so it's kind of weird. And I am also still kind of poofy from swelling. But this swelling up here went away very quickly. And as you can see, still have the stretch marks. Like I said, they're just flat. And I have my belly button back. I haven't seen my belly button look like that in 20 years, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so here's from the side. So you still can see the pooch here, but all of this, I believe, is swelling because it's kind of, I don't know, it's squishy. But as you can see, I mean, I'm getting definition back in the side of my abdomen, which is really, really nice to see. Anyway, so that's that. Kind of exciting. Really happy with the results so far. In just shy of 3 weeks, it's pretty great. So anyway, that's my update. Leave any comments, suggestions, or questions below, and I'll answer them. And I hope you take care of yourself and be positive, and I'll see you next time. Bye.